good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday 101. Ladies and gentlemen, class is in session.
Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Livingston Man, roll that beautiful beam footage.
We all gonna die. We all gonna die. We all gonna die. It's a we all gonna die Wednesday.
Boom, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Coffee first, then speak. Erica 1 NRV, much tested. Papa's Farm, Teresa Buchanan, Oops, Loretta, Yardbirds, Heaven's Fire, Rob B, Jay Creature in the house, Rescues in the house, Anne-Marie's in the house, Jules, what's good? Jericho Fox, good to see you. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. I am not missing anybody this evening, but I have a student who's come to class tonight. Welcome, the Livingston Man, everybody. The Livingston Man is here, and he will be our student for this evening. This whole preparedness thing.
Michael?
Hi, how you doing, Livingston Man?
It's
Very
great.
nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
I've seen you on YouTube. And
Oh,
I'm
thank
a
you,
big
thank you.
fan.
Appreciate it, Livingston Man.
honored.
And Livingston Man, as you can
I'm
see
honored
by
to be
the
here.
subtitles, he is new to this. So this should be very interesting live stream.
This is a really just a great opportunity because I've been starting to suspect, Mike, that the media and perhaps like the government are like have not been exactly truthful in what how they're portraying the world out there, and I'm starting to worry. I see people that get hit with natural disasters and war and famines and droughts and floods, and I started to worry that perhaps my consumer, credit card culture was not adequately prepared to deal with that kind of situation. And I'm so glad you had me on your show. Maybe you can like really answer some really noob questions.
Sure,
me.
absolutely. That's what we're here for.
What is preparedness?
All right, so the Merriam-Webster's defines preparedness as the quality or state of being prepared, especially an adequate state of preparation in case of things like war or natural disaster. And preparedness is something that's done in advance of, kind of like an insurance policy, Livingston Man.
So like, but not like hoarding.
Correct. You're not bringing in more than you can use or consume. More than you would learn with. I would say. There's got to be an adequate, like a work yourself into it and try these different things out and see what works best for you, because it's real personal. Your preferences are not necessarily mine, and mine aren't necessarily yours. We may have some things in common that'll work equally for both of us, but ultimately, I'm a hash brown guy and you like French fries.
So I mean, if you had to school me to like, what are the absolute fundamentals of preparedness? I'm new at this. I've never been.
So I would say food. You want to make sure that you have adequate food in case you can't leave your domicile and you're stuck indoors, right? So you want to have a little extra food. You want to have a way to purify your water if something gets contaminated. If you're on town water or something like that, you want to be able to, filter these things.
I live in in a place that has municipal water, and yes, what can happen is like that the entire community's water supply can become degraded.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So it's not bad to store water like gallon jugs or the 2.5 gallon jugs that you can find at the grocery store. Those are they sit on a shelf
kind of
really
makes
well.
sense to me. You know, we have electric appliances, and I might not. And if I was given a boil water notice, I might not be able to.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true. And there's ways around those electric appliances as well with the advances in solar technology and things like that.
Well, I don't have room. I rent. I can't put like solar panels on my roof.
No. They make portable ones that you can just put out as needed, and then bring them back.
You can't be
in.
serious.
Yeah, no.
Who makes a good product like in that
Opus
regard?
makes a great product. They got a great warranty. Their price point's really low, so it's good. I'll send you an email. You don't have
All right.
to. Yeah. No worries, man.
Wow. Oh, you're already
any
blowing
questions?
me away here. Now,
Well,
see, my traditional taught to me view was that, like preppers and preparedness were like these, sort of like, I guess, militant,
no, not
people
yeah,
were unapproachable.
Folks
and
who are into preparedness aren't even into firearms. Some folks are solely into just having some things and keeping real quiet about it, and nobody knows. And they just stack some extra food and have some extra water in case they get stuck at home or they have to leave in case of a hurricane or.
Now, food and water, okay.
Yeah.
Is there any other fundamentals
Well,
here?
a bug out bag in case you have to evacuate, in case there's something like
Bug out
yeah.
bag?
So for instance, let's say Livingston, man, that you live along a railroad line, right? And we all saw what happened in East Palestine, Ohio. There was a big incident there, and folks had to evacuate. It was not safe to stay. The air quality wasn't good enough for anybody to be there, so they had to leave. So if you have some critical items, life-sustaining items in a bag, just a backpack, not necessarily a huge conglomeration of stuff, but just some extra clothes, some documents, some cash, maybe some snacks, a little bit of food, maybe some freeze-dried food. You can
Freeze-dried food. Now,
yeah,
okay,
just add water.
What if we just slow down a bit, because this sounds amazing, but
Yeah,
boy,
it can
oh
be
boy.
it can be a bombardment at first, but baby steps, Livingston, man, baby steps, one step at a time, guys.
I think that you actually owe one of our subscribers a shout out.
Oh yeah, Jules, because she has a Harvest Right freeze dryer, and
It's all going to make sense to you why he just said everything he just said right now.
Yeah, freeze dried. I've been begging for this, and Jules delivered. Thank you so much, Jules. And the card is absolutely hilarious. We got a card from Jules for the 100 episodes of We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Thank you, Jules. This is absolutely hilarious. The Livingston man loved it. Betty Lou, try and reload. Tank Houston, good to see you. Jules, thank you again so much. Freeze-dried cannolis, guys.
He was very rapid fire just then
Freeze-dried
because he's been
cannolis.
eating them.
Yeah. You got me on a roll, man. You get me talking about this stuff.
Some people talking about freeze dried beer, and I'm very new.
Rob B.
I'm new to this, and this fan base of yours is somewhat. They're interesting, aren't they? Aren't you?
Oh my God, Livingston man.
I'm new at this.
Jules, thank you so much. These are absolutely amazing.
It gets faster from here.
You absolutely need to have like a cup of coffee with those.
So, yeah, why not? There's also,
They're so good. Oh my God.
I thought you were
I got
grabbing one of my
cannoli
beers. I was going to
falling out
smack
my
your
mouth.
ass.
Horrible, I'm sorry.
Is this part of the whole prepping? And there's another word that you use in the title you're at now. What is survival?
Survival.
Like, what is it? Because that's the one that gets the bad.
Okay.
Survivalist.
All right.
When you tell people you're a survivalist, they look at you funny. And I was like, okay. I mean, I went to work and I told my office colleagues that I'd been watching some videos about some preppers and survivalists, and they called the cops. And I was like, well, I don't even know what I did. What happened? What is?
So survival, if you want to get technical definitions, Merriam-Webster's, I keep going back to them. They're kind of the standard of definitions.
I would appreciate them as the authority on the subject.
They define survival as the act or fact of living or continuing longer than another person or thing. So not giving up, continuing life, sustaining yourself out much further, right? That's survival in a nutshell. The continuation of life or existence would be another a way to put it, or one that survives. That's kind of how they define survival. So
when you put them together, like they seem to go hand in hand, I suppose.
Yeah. The preparedness
what's my
is
alternative? What if, that sounds like a lot of work. I mean, what's my alternative? Is there just some cheap way out of this? Can I just, won't the government take care of me? Won't basic civil functions still exist?
If you believe that statement, I would like you to take a look at the Carolinas right now. The Appalachian Mountains that have been hit with the hurricane, weeks and weeks ago. That was weeks ago, Livingston, man. And
that was weeks ago. They must be all right by now.
No.
They're not talking about it on the news.
Well, the news is kind of fixated
if there
on
was
this
a problem,
whole
I
election
think
cycle
that I would
thing,
know.
so.
I think they would look. Obviously, they would let people.
Well,
know.
There's a lot of people going down there helping out of the kindness of their heart, but there's not been much of a government response.
I refuse to believe that.
Yeah. Well, they're they hand money out, $750 at a time.
That sounds reasonable.
When you lose everything.
Well, those are my tax dollars.
Well, there's $750 to each resident who lost their cars and homes and lives and everything that was in those cars and homes. In some cases, some people were washed away in the floodwaters.
What if I don't? I think that all this is a little bit sus to me. What if that can't happen to me?
So this is why
we live in upstate New York.
We look at preparedness as an insurance policy, Livingston, man. Just to buy a little bit of time. You're buying a little bit of time before you have to get out into the fray, we'll call it. The madness, the flood damage, to go try and find some groceries from the store that got swept away. Maybe you can find a bag of potatoes or something downstream. That's kind of the alternative. But
What if I know a guy though, and I'll just go to his house though.
Do you think he's going to welcome you with open arms?
Well, obviously.
When there's nothing but chaos.
I mean, he's like my friend, dude.
Yeah, but do you think he prepares for you?
He's got 2 kids. I mean, his whole family.
He's preparing for them. He's got enough burden on him. He's not going to be able to help you out. Yeah, man. Got to be honest.
You're starting to make some sense to me here. I'm starting to get that, maybe I should take, my own future, into my own hands.
Prepping Mantis. Jay Creature would like to see the Hooked on Rook survival series. That's a great title, Jay Creature. But
I'm finding it hard to believe that there's commercial items that I can buy on Amazon right now that will help me survive.
If you would like to see commercial survival items on Amazon that would help you survive, Livingston Man, I have created an Amazon storefront. A whole Amazon storefront. Is that
what this is?
Interesting. That was really weird. The old silent movies. Yeah, that was really weird. Huh. The Gremlins are indeed in the works tonight.
Annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird.
Well, whatever it was that we were asking, Yeah, that sucks. Well,
Coffee
you guys
first,
missed
then
out. You
speak.
get to imagine
Thank
what
you,
we were
sister.
saying.
Really appreciate
But
it.
anyway, I was imagining that there was a place that you could buy.
Oh,
So there's a place where you can buy products that are quality, and that Michael here actually owns everything on this list. He has bought and paid for and uses in
Myself,
his
yeah.
survival kit.
yeah. Gone again. It should be back now, right, Jules? Come on. Wow.
All right, and I just stop pushing buttons here because I'm new at this.
Betty Lou says visually froze, no sound.
Yep, sounds like a you problem.
Wow, man, this is wild. They be kicking me right in the keister.
Do you think that maybe are you spitting some kind of truth ass message that it's not supposed to get to everybody
I gotta
here?
tell you, Livingston, man, I'm beginning to wonder myself what the hell is going on.
I got questions about some of the other things you talked about in your so-called fundamentals.
Rabbit Coyote, good to see you.
Now, let's revisit this Bugout bag.
Sure.
What's Bugout? What is that?
That's basically a rapid evacuation from your dwelling. Wherever you live, wherever you stay, you got to get out of here. You got to get out in a hurry.
So, like you alleged, is that maybe some weather event, however unlikely,
Wildfire?
might come a wildfire? Interesting.
Yeah, wildfire.
Maybe a
or
house
perhaps,
fire?
how far away do you live from railroad lines?
Walking distance.
Well, sometimes they carry hazardous materials, and accidents happen. If the wind's blowing the right direction, you might not be able to stay here. Just saying.
What do you think's going to happen? They're just going to come knock on my door and tell
Thank
me
you,
I got to
coffee.
go?
Well, you may get a message on your cell phone. They use the emergency alert system to notify people in local areas of evacuations because they don't have the manpower to go door to door. So hopefully everybody has an electronic device and gets the notification,
Surely there is some homegrown way I could defend my home from a threat such as that.
Nah, not necessarily. Sometimes it's best to
I can't just live under a tarp.
get out. It's best to just evacuate.
Where
man.
would I go?
Well, I don't know. That's something you got to start thinking about now, Livingston, man.
So that's on me.
Yeah, man.
So there's no real. So there's fundamentals to this, but not exactly rules. Can we say that?
Yeah. There's kind of a baseline, If you have family members that live a distance away from you, sometimes maybe even 10, 15 miles can make the difference between being in an evacuation zone and in a safe area.
And so we're supposed to just put on backpacks and walk.
Well, hopefully you can take your vehicle.
What if somebody gets hurt? I'm not a doctor.
Well,
How am I supposed to learn how to do that?
yeah, Travis Medic, go see him.
Travis Medic?
Yeah.
So there's just some guy can go learn how to be a...
Basically, he can train you all the way up to the level of an emergency medical technician.
Are you guys like...
true.
And you all knew this?
Yeah.
I'm new here. This is amazing. So it seems like you have like a whole community of people who are, for better or worse, positive.
You know why we do that, Livingston, man, is because I know that I don't have all the answers. And you're going to ask me a question. I'm not going to have the answer for you. Jay Creature just asked a quick question. Can I cover CBRN protocols in 30 seconds? The answer is no. I don't know that. That's not in my wheelhouse. And I'm not afraid to admit that I don't know that, but I could point you to somebody who could tell you what those protocols are in probably 30 seconds or less.
To the best of my knowledge, when I was just a wee child in the elementary school, they had this thing like it is put your head between your ass and kiss your desk goodbye or something.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes down.
That was what we were taught. And I was, I figured that, of course, I would survive like that, whatever it was. They have fallout shelters and stuff don't they?
All the ones in the United States have been decommissioned a long time ago. The United States government standpoint is kind of, fend for yourselves or it'll never happen.
Is that their stated position?
No. That's just we know that there was nuclear fallout shelters all throughout New York City back in the day, and they have all been converted into storage and things like that. So
I almost think they would turn them into housing given their predicament.
Womp, womp, womp.
I have more questions. Tell me about this freeze-dried food. Now, what is that? Is that the stuff I used to go to the New York State Museum and I'd get the astronaut ice cream?
Yes,
So you're
exact
just
same
eating
thing.
astronaut ice cream?
Basically, but astronaut broccoli and astronaut everything. They call it astronaut stuff because they remove all the water from it. They remove
So it's real
all of the
crunchy and
water.
just eat it?
Yeah, or you can reconstitute it in a meal. And,
Or I can?
Yeah.
So I
or-
could just crunch on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Does the broccoli taste good when you do that?
Sure. It's like
Wow.
fresh broccoli.
I mean,
Yeah,
what is
freeze
that?
drying is better than dehydrating because it maintains all of its vitamins and minerals.
How long does it last?
Some cases properly sealed 20 years. Well, properly sealed and properly stored in a cool, dry place.
Where do you buy that? Can you buy that, or you have to make it?
Absolutely, absolutely. You can.
Can
buy
you
it.
make it?
You can make it. You can get yourself your own Harvest Right freeze dryer. They're about the size of a washing machine or a dryer.
This is mind blowing.
Yeah.
You folks like
There's a way, man.
And
There's
you're
a way.
all in on this. It sounds to me like this is some kind of. It's not just some YouTube like.
No, man. This is a way of life.
Like you have a way of life for
Yeah.
you people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow. Because, I mean, I live in like a closet in New York City, and I figure, right, okay, so when like, the lights go out, right, I'll just jump in my electric car and I'll head up north. Right? You guys got everything.
You and everybody else. Good luck.
Where else should I go?
You better have
Should I do?
somebody's place to go to, somebody's property. Everything up here is either owned by people or the state.
So I can't just come here and like pick apples and like, don't you guys
No,
all have,
no.
you guys all have gardens and orchards and farms and everything?
Sure, but those are ours. That's not community stuff.
But I thought you just said it was.
No, we have a community of people, but we don't. It's
This is
not community for
complicated.
you.
What if I wanted to join your community? What do I do?
My community is closed. We're not adding any new people.
You don't even have like a Facebook group?
Well, we
or
have a Facebook group where you can connect.
perhaps
with
some
people
other ways
in
that
your,
I
in
could
your area for
interact with
sure.
you on social media?
Yeah.
What would they, are you on the X, the Twitter?
Oh yeah, all over. everywhere.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Under the
We're-
same name?
Yeah. TikTok.
Hudson Valley Prepping and
all of it,
Survival and all
Patreon,
that?
Rumble. We're all over the place, man. Got to spread the message of preparedness.
What am I supposed to do when my local grocery store runs out of food?
You should have food already stored away for that.
Walk
We've
me
seen it
through
almost
this.
happen, Livingston.
What
man.
are walk me through like what an average, I guess, prepper would have in their little closet. What are some? Is there staple food items I should?
Well, it's all about
Stack up?
it's all about your palate. It's all about what you eat.
palate?
Yeah, your
Like
palate.
painting?
No, like what you eat. Your palate. What do you enjoy eating? What are your go-to food items?
Fast food.
Well, that's a tough one. I mean, you want to kind of prep
Spam's
what you
gross,
eat,
dude. You ever
prep
try
what you
that?
eat and eat what you prep.
I seen in like that spam and like this
well,
other
that's the
stuff.
superior post-apocalyptic meat.
You think that?
Yeah.
You ever
it's good
had it?
stuff.
It's gross, disgusting. I puke every time. I'm thinking about the smell of it cooking. My wife won't let me cook it in the house. I tried it once. We both said absolutely not. I have like 3,600 cans of it. I don't know what to do with it. I hate it. What then? My palate. My palate is pizza, Taco Bell, McDonald's,
Well, you're gonna have
Dunkin'
to
Donuts,
find
and
something you
where am I
like.
going to get a triple latte?
Yeah, that's not happening. It's
What do
not
you
happening.
mean it won't happen?
It's not happening. You're gonna have to substitute some things. You're gonna have to go through the different companies and buy some samplers and try all this stuff out and see what you actually like and what you would say, hey, you know what? If I was stuck in the house for the next, say, month and I couldn't get out to go to the store, could I live with this stuff that I have now? Could I do that? Is this stuff
What could possibly happen? You couldn't leave your
Well-
house for a month.
Well, we've seen this movie, Livingston, man.
An abundance of caution.
It's true. It's all true. It's all true. JKR, yeah, stuck in the house for a month. There's no amount of video games out there that are going to get you through that. I'd just be like a dog hanging my head out the window after a
I
couple
live
of
in my
days.
mother's basement closet. I can assure you that I have stayed at home for 30 days. Showers overrated. Okay. I know what it's like to be a gamer. Now, my biggest question is back to these. You said they got cordless power banks.
Oh yeah.
Why would I have?
They have them.
I have severe asthma. I am morbidly obese. I have issues.
Wow.
I have.
Do you use a CPAP machine?
Amongst other things.
Yeah. So when the power goes out, what happens when you're asleep and the power goes out?
I'm not asleep anymore. That's for sure.
Right. So these power stations.
I'm incredibly unhealthy, and I could use a reliable
uninterrupted. It's called UPS, not like the guys that deliver your packages, but uninterrupted power supply. So you plug your CPAP machine into this backup battery device, then you plug that into the wall, and if the power ever gets interrupted between the wall and your device will automatically switch to the backup power without shutting down.
You know, you got to answer for everything, and that's funny.
Well, I try. Cross the T's and dot the I's, Livingston, man.
Say I didn't have all the medical afflictions that I just described, but instead maybe that sounds like something a person that works in like data or like with computers. I mean, even
now,
gamers.
Only certain items and certain units are capable of the quick reaction time that's required for large computer systems. You don't want to get a small one. If you're going to do something like that, you want to get a super high-tech unit and make sure that it's capable of doing what you're looking to do.
Very amazing. I can't believe the level of just technology that is at the disposal.
It's advanced pretty far.
And you can just buy this thing?
Yeah,
wow.
Totally.
Unreal.
Ship it right to your front door.
I'm really coming around to your side here. Now, here's the thing.
Pulling at the heartstrings here, Livingston.
Here's the thing. Where I live,
right,
I'm like the only person that like thinks like this.
You might be surprised.
Where might I like find my sort of like-minded people?
Well,
Because
people from all walks of life are into preparedness. Whether some people are much more vocal about it than others. Some are very quiet and cautiously prepared. They don't want everybody to know that they're, have extra cans of food and stuff at home. So they play it low key, and they're a little more secretive about it.
What's the icebreaker? Like, how do you, bring it up?
Well, talk about the news. Talk about the things going on in the world today, and kind of gauge their reaction, how they react to it. Do they even know that it exists? I mean, some.
I'm starting
folks,
to suspect that like a lot of people are sort of blind to it, and
a lot of people are.
For me, it's I've started to notice that perhaps like I got an eerie feeling like things ain't right with all of it, and I'm worried, especially with the upcoming celebration that's going to occur in a couple weeks. I think that I'm not sure what might or might not happen, but I just want to, like you said, is that like, could I stay in my house for 2 weeks?
Well, the good news is, Livingston, man, you've got some time. You have 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Well, a little less than.
I should go to your Amazon store and buy some stuff.
Well, it's not necessarily the Amazon store, but I mean, just go to the grocery store and pick up on some staple items.
What are some staple, because I want this,
rice,
what if
beans.
I don't eat it? I want it to last.
If you don't eat it, don't prep it. There's no reason to have stuff that you're not going to eat.
Let me rephrase: what if I don't consume it?
Well, no, you should consume it. All of your preparation should be consumed on a regular basis. You want to prep what you eat and eat what you prep.
Talk me down from freeze-dried food lasts 20 years.
Correct.
Who comes in second in that regard?
Rice and beans and things like that, properly stored, can last 20, 25 years, no problem. Flour, sugar, your staple items, man. Canned goods. If you can things.
I really loved Goya corned beef. Is that a...
Yeah.
How long are we talking about here with your average processed
I'm not sure,
food?
but properly stored, these items go well past the best by date.
So that's just arbitrary?
Yeah. For the most part. As long as they're properly stored and the cans aren't damaged in any way.
So the food industry is also misleading me?
Well, the FDA sets regulations, and they say that after about a year from the date of manufacture, it's no longer best.
Well, if the government says so, it must be true.
Bearded Observer, salt, 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 and more salt. I couldn't agree more. Got to have it. And sugar. Get them spices, man. Don't have a bland apocalypse. And if you got a freeze dryer and you're not freeze drying cannolis right now, you're wrong.
Freeze dried cannoli.
It's absolutely delicious. You want some?
No, and in fact, coming from someone who's prepping for the apocalypse or something, it sounds a little bougie to me.
Well, there's
Can you
there's no
freeze dry
reason to have
anything?
almost anything, I believe, almost anything. The kicker is that I keep going back to the prep what you eat and eat what you prep. If Taco Bell is your thing, you better go buy box after box after box of Ortega stuff and freeze a shitload of hamburger to see yourself through the apocalypse, Livingston, man, because you're going to have to be your own Taco Bell.
But where would I get hamburger if the grocery stores are closed?
Grateful Preps NJ, we actually did a video with coffee that was a bit older than even that. We had some from 2012, I believe, just the other day. Freeze-dried brick of Folgers.
It wasn't that good.
No, but it wasn't that bad either. Still good.
Can you freeze dry water?
No.
What if can you dehydrate it?
No.
Why not?
Because then you're just taking away the water. And then you're left with air, Livingston, man.
I'm new at this. I'm really appreciating our conversation so far. I've learned so much. So where is say, okay, so now is it that I have to go and buy all this stuff, and is there a sort of like a kit, like a starter pack, a prepper starter pack? Like what would okay, I'm new at this, I have nothing.
Okay.
And I have a reasonable budget.
I would say...
I do? I have nothing, Mike. I have a car, a closet in New York City, and the clothes I'm wearing.
I would get yourself a backpack to store some of these items in. That would be your bug-out bag or your get-home bag if you were away from home and something happened and you had to get back to home. Some of those items carry over pretty good. So
Never thought of that.
So
dude.
a backpack, not something oversized, but something big enough to carry the items that you're going to need and comfortable to carry. You want something with some padded shoulders that fits good, lets the air circulate through around you, so you're not sweating up everything in your pack.
I'm not wearing a backpack. I'm not wearing a backpack if there's nothing in it.
Exactly. Well, then you build upon the backpack. You fill the backpack with the items that you might need, like a water filtration device, right? You need something in there to filter.
Filtration device.
Yeah. They make things called grails that you can just at 8 seconds, and you've got 24 ounces of purified drinking water. 8 seconds. Yeah. Believe it or not, it's true.
So actually, in real life, I just heard like a weird noise.
Yeah, I heard it too.
This is rather amazing to me. So.
Life straws is a good one too, Loretta.
It has never,
along with the Sawyer filters. Sawyer filters are good too.
It's never occurred to me that I could live outside of the
closet,
the grid, the closet.
Yeah, totally.
I can come out of the closet. I can step into.
KY Survival says limit weight, ounces equal pounds, and pounds equal pain. I could not agree more. KY Survival. You guys, you really want items that are going to cover multiple bases.
I'm not leaving. What then?
Well, then you would gear yourself towards bugging in and have some of these items at home to be able to do the things that you need to do.
Bug out, bug in. That's funny.
Yeah.
You guys even have a word for it.
Yeah, we got lots
What
of
now, bugging in now, right now?
It could be SRD. Could be.
If I own my own home.
If you own your own home?
I'm bugging in.
Awesome.
What are some steps I could take to improve my home itself? In this regard.
As far as what do you mean? What are your major concerns about your home?
Well,
have
I
to
suppose.
ask first.
Well, say,
Livingston,
what
man.
if people knew I had stuff and then they were going to come and get me?
Then I would focus a little more on security, perhaps securing the doors, fortifying the doors a little bit. You know, maybe upgrade the doorknobs and latches and deadbolts and things like that. Security cameras, well lit. Some preventative gardening, we'll call it.
Huh.
You know, maybe some thorny bushes and some areas where folks might be tempted to come and try and peek through or climb through a window.
It makes you think like that's why they built like castles and like, stuff the way they did. I bet.
Moats and pokey stuff outside. Yeah.
This is a whole new
They were a little more
perspective.
dastardly, though. They would like dump the sewage buckets in the pricker bushes, so when folks got caught in them, they'd get nasty infections and stuff. So
I kind of like that style. That
yeah,
sounds
they
good to me.
were dastardly
do
back
it.
then.
This is a wildly informative conversation. What was it made you like come to this?
Just seeing the way that some of the state and federal government was turning a little more strong-handed, shall we say? You know, a little more clamping down on people's personal freedoms, and it wasn't a good look. And I said, you know what? It's not going to hurt to buy some insurance for that. And the only insurance I could think of was preparedness. And I had a good friend, Old Mutt, kind of take me by the hand and lead me on the way and teach me some things and encouraged me to do some stuff on my own, because it's not, I can't do everything for you. I can just kind of tell you the mistakes that I've made along the way so that hopefully you don't repeat them as well.
What's a mistake you've made along the way?
I think I would have started with food first instead of all the gear. I think that's one mistake I made early on was I should have started with survival food, the long-term storage stuff, because you're talking 20 years. So you've got a big window on that stuff. So I think I would have started there first.
What kind of are you? A blanket question, scenario.
Okay.
Disregarded. Are you bug in or are you a bug out?
I always want to bug in. You don't want to leave the familiarity of home. Home field advantage is a real thing, and nobody knows your home better than you.
You like know your neighbors?
Yeah.
I don't know my neighbors. I'm from New York
You should
City.
go. You should go talk to them.
I've never seen the same person twice.
You should go talk to them. Go talk to your
Who?
neighbors. Your neighbors?
They don't. No, I would never.
Knock
that.
on the door. Hello.
They don't exist. I've never seen the same
They're
person
there.
twice where I'm from.
Then you might want to get working on a little network outside of your neighbors. Then. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Check the Facebook group, man. We got lots of folks down in the city.
It's private. I have to answer questions.
Yeah, just a couple basic questions.
Huh.
Yeah, that's all. Just to make sure you're not a bot. We had a few bots in there a while ago.
Might be an issue.
Katrinka, LOL, good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us on the We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
Also, hi, Teresa.
Yeah, the Livingston man, if you haven't noticed, he's new to this, and he's been asking a lot of basic questions about preparedness tonight. And I do really appreciate you guys answering along in the chat. Yes. Grit and Grace, yes, we have a Facebook group. Yes, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. There's two. There's a public group, and then there is a private group.
I'll tell you right now, them herbs in the public group, they don't even get paid attention to, bro.
I pay attention to it.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't.
share all the same things in both places.
I live
man.
in the private group. If you're a member of the private group, I live there. I can't do both.
See, Johnny Highwood says, when the term preppers came about, I didn't know what it meant. Then I realized I've been living that lifestyle for generations here on the farm. It's true. When
What's
the
a,
F did we get ice cream?
what is
Fibbingston, man.
Fibbingston, man? It wasn't when I said I hated spam. That didn't do it for you. What's an example we can look to in
That's a
history
good one, Bugout Adventures.
where people had to like live on their own? Like I'm imagining like you.
It wasn't that long ago, Livingston, man, where homesteading and frontiering was a way of life.
I mean, like Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, basically.
How long ago? Like 100 years ago?
Yeah,
We have
150. Life was a lot different back then.
What?
It's true.
There's nobody left today that knows how to do that kind of stuff.
Some of that knowledge was passed on generation to generation. And some of those skills still live on today.
Like my buddy that's like I don't know, like tradesman.
You could learn some things from them.
I'm somewhat of a tradesman. Like, should my trade like factor into my preps?
Absolutely. What's your trade?
Jack of all, master of none, for sure.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Then
I'm told
I would
it's
say
better
I would
than a
say
master of one.
well, yeah, you're a well-rounded individual, and you have some skills in all of the trades. So
If I didn't know how to do something or
helping
felt
hands.
disconfident, I would decline.
well, that's good. That's a good attitude to have. You know, you don't want to get in over your head,
I'd
but
love
you
to
also don't, restrain yourself from learning new things.
What do you think that like the knowledge you currently possess? I've talked to guys who said that once SHTF, whatever that means.
That's shit hit the fan, Livingston man.
Is that what that stands for?
Yeah. They have a lot of abbreviations.
I
in
pronounced it.
preparedness.
I kept saying.
It's true. No, it's just an abbreviation, SHTF.
An
Yeah.
acronym, if you
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
Oh my God!
There's
Makes so much
so many acronyms in preparedness.
sense. Like BRB is like be right back. And
Yeah, but we do the BOB. That's your bug out bag. Yeah. A Tiawaki. That's my favorite.
I was totally
one.
wondering who Bob was. All right.
Yeah,
You're
Bob said
making
he was
so much
leaving. Have a
sense.
good night, Bronco Bob. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by.
Bronco bug out bag. I get it now.
Yeah, bug out bag. BOB, bug out bag.
So Bug Out Adventures is Bob Adventures?
No, Bronco Bob was leaving. He's headed out of the chat for tonight. So I was saying goodbye to Bronco
Where's
Bob.
he going?
I don't know. This preparedness thing is very
It's the first
personal.
question he failed to answer.
Yeah, but honestly,
I didn't know Bug Out Bob.
true.
Bob was here.
yeah, he's been here a
Ha,
while.
tuh.
As Bronco Bob.
Anyway, I'm warming up to you, Mike. I'm digging what you're putting down. Okay.
Hey. We're trying. There's a lot of people here.
Have
trying.
you ever like actually seen like these people come together and like
Oh,
actually
yeah.
try this?
Yeah. No,
Tell me about that.
we used to have bug out bag weekends.
Bug Out Bag
Yeah,
weekends.
Bug Out
So
Bag
you brought
weekends.
all these people like to a
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Yeah, it was great. It was a
Elaborate.
Great time. Great
What-
time. Everybody brings their bug out bag, and the premise of it is live the whole weekend out of the stuff that you have in your bag. So some weekends it rains, some weekends it's cold, some weekends it's really hot. We did them one in each season at least.
This sounds like a good idea. So what they would do is they would like buy
You're
the stuff from Amazon, right? But
and
then,
practice with it.
so they know how to use it.
Jackpot.
You're blowing my mind, brother.
Camo Carl would like to know, Livingston man, do you have or carry a knife? That's a very good question, Camo Carl.
It's not on me now, goodwill towards men and everything. But yeah, as well as multiple other like EDC.
Yeah, the everyday carry.
So you guys like just have a name for like the stuff I carry around with me in my pockets?
Yeah. That's your EDC, your stuff that you carry.
Yeah, I
every
have
day.
like all this stuff I carry around in my pockets, and
Yeah.
I thought that guys were talking about that when they said EDC, but I wasn't sure. But that's what that is. Okay, but yeah,
Only for the lamps, Yardbirds.
I have because I seen it on somebody's like YouTube channel. So I have like this. I have a multi-tool. I have a pocket knife.
Yeah.
I have this little flashlight.
Yeah, flashlights are great.
I have a Bic lighter,
Yeah.
as well as my wallet, watch, keys, and phone.
Yeah, you're good to go. You're good to go. Add a backup battery and a charging cable, Livingston man. You can stay out there for a while.
Decent. And, the work I do, I like to keep a sweater, a boonie hat, and a pair of like
Good to go.
goggles or sunglasses.
go.
Interesting. You guys have a name for that. So y'all just been picking this apart for a while now.
Oh yeah, yeah. And everybody has a little different kit. Everybody does things differently. And when you get a group of people together who all do things a little differently, you get to kind of see the way other people set maybe the same exact piece of gear that you have up differently. And maybe it'll spark some interest in you too. Wow, I didn't think about that. I didn't realize I could even use this piece of kit that way. So it opens up some new avenues for people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
it's
there,
cool.
and there's sort of you're alleging there's like a camaraderie to this. So people just will help each other and like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm unfamiliar with this. When you live in the city, we don't acknowledge one another.
See, the prepared Irishman, he must be from the same place in the city that you're from, the Livingston man. He says, "What's SOL?" People keep saying that phrase to me. That one is shit out of luck.
Is it?
Yeah, shit out of luck.
I thought they were referencing like Sol, the god of the sun.
No, totally, you're shit out of luck.
I was interpreting that all wrong.
Totally.
Is there anything to be optimistic about? Like apparently political events and things outside of our control, given weather events, politics, and other sort of unprecedented events. What am I supposed to do until then?
Just keep plugging away at it. Chip away at it. You know, you're looking at a humongous horse in front of you, and the best way to eat it is one bite at a time.
It sounds hopeless to me.
No, hope is best served in small doses, Livingston man. If you prepare to be your own first responder in most aspects of life, you know, we can't all be great at everything, but we can work to be better, a little bit better at everything, right? So we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be police officers or firefighters, but we know how to use a fire extinguisher. We know how to handle a firearm.
My landlord gave me one, but I don't know how to use it.
Watch a YouTube video.
Let me guess. You know people that know how to do that too.
Oh yeah. Everything from New York City firefighters to your average volunteer. Yeah, we got the bases covered.
I always saw them dudes like, they get to leave work when their pager goes off and go fight fires and nobody
or stop at a car accident or, whatever it is, somebody's medical emergency.
Maybe I should get involved with my community.
Absolutely. Being a volunteer firefighter will get you a lot of training, and you would know about SHTF maybe even before the public.
So it sounds like not only could I do some good for the community, but I could also just gain knowledge in general.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're really you're blowing my mind, man.
Oregon Preparedness, good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight, my friend. Safe travels.
I'm really asking myself the hard questions now. Now I have medical needs, bro. Where am I supposed to get medicine when all this goes down?
So.
I can't prep medicine.
You can ask your doctor
to get medicine.
Well, you can ask your doctor if he will extend your prescriptions out further, or you can go with a company like Jace Medical.
I can
or
extend my
Duration Health.
Prescriptions out further.
Yeah, 90 days.
Nobody told me that.
Yeah, you can do that.
What do you mean?
Most insurance companies will cover a 90-day swath, no questions asked. Especially if you live in a place where you get heavy snows and things like that.
What about I can't go to CVS, man?
Go to Jace Medical. You can
What's
talk
that?
to. It's an online pharmacy with board-certified physicians, and you just go online and you tell them your medical ailments. They go through your records, and
you're making it. You listen.
No, they can do it right online. Everything from antibiotics to everything.
I bet you got a link in the description.
Maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe
It does.
Yeah, there should be, but I'm not sure.
We're gonna break the fourth wall. We do. Go there. Amazing. So you people have your own sort of built-in medical supply.
Well, they're not really built.
infrastructure.
They're a separate company, but yeah,
It exists. So
yeah. There's actually a few different companies that do the same kind of
What
thing.
else have I been lied to that I can only get through certain channels, but it's not
Well,
true?
there's a lot of things out there, Livingston, man. You just have to search for what you're looking for.
Say I move up to the country, and
You're gonna eat you a lot of peaches.
Well, where am I supposed to get fresh meat and vegetables and stuff?
Right from the farm.
The farm.
The farm.
What?
Yeah, the farm. Where they grow the vegetables and raise the cows.
Raise the cows where they pick them up?
Yeah, and they put them in a cooler and they hang them, and then they process them into steaks and stuff.
This is an aspect of the food industry that I have not been previously notified about.
Oh, some random dude. Thank you, my friend.
So,
Appreciate it.
So I can go to the local farmer and I can just buy a cow?
Yeah. Half a cow, quarter cow,
Like,
freezer
it's-
beef, ground beef.
Amazing.
Yeah, go figure. Go figure. We got it covered, man. We're in the breadbasket of New York State right here. We're in a very good place, Livingston, man.
It sounds like I should take stock of my situation because
And your local area. Take
feel-
stock of your local area.
I feel precarious in my situation. I feel like that if something were to happen, that I would just kind of be a casualty. I don't want to be a refugee, Mike.
Yeah, well, that's the best way. Preparedness is the best way to stay out of that situation for as long as humanly possible. The longer you're prepared for, the longer it's going to take until you become that refugee. Because again, once a true SHTF happens, the clock starts ticking, and your preps are dwindling down every day from there on out. So you just bought yourself some time, so it's important to know how long you have. How many calories a day do you need? How much water a day do you need? And you have to do that and multiply it out by the number of family members and things like that. It's it's a process, but it's worth it if something happens. And if not, well, you put a little bit of time and a little bit of money into something that didn't work out, and hopefully you're rotating your prep so none of that food is going to waste. You're consuming that stuff on a regular basis. You just look like you have some mini grocery store shelves in your pantry.
Huh.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So it's not like, stock everything in the closet and leave it there forever. It's buy stuff that you use and,
that makes sense to me. I should eat this stuff. So
Eric, thank you so much, my friend.
Maybe for no other reason.
There it was. That was a weird one.
Maybe for no other reason that I would get used to having to eat this stuff.
Yeah. Or work if you don't like something. That's why I said earlier it's important to get the trial sizes. Or if you see something, buy a small amount and, try those things out.
Just because, I don't want to buy 50 pounds of something like that I maybe don't even like. That makes a lot of sense to me.
That's a big one. You don't want to do that.
I can buy bulk food.
Oh, yeah.
A Sam's Club.
Sure.
What about, isn't there, what are these number 10 cans everybody's talking about?
Oh, man, that's nutrient survival. That's your 25-year shelf life. Those are the big coffee cans.
Huh.
That's a number 10
It's
can.
full of just
freeze-dried food. I mean, everything from scrambled eggs, powdered milk, butter, just about anything. Just about anything you could imagine. They freeze-dry it. Yeah, it's true. Groundhog, good to see you.
I am dumbfounded and shocked at the this infrastructure you folks have come out of the woodwork with here. I was unaware that I would ever be able to just simply take care of myself.
Jay Creature, it's not a bad idea to work at Sam's Club.
But hey, you talked about there's farmers and there's people raise guys.
Well, there's a season for everything. They're not always going to have.
Can't I just do that myself?
Well, yeah, you totally could if you have the land to.
I can just grow my own vegetables, right?
Yeah, you could raise chickens, you could raise pigs, you could raise some steers if you have enough property.
I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, well, then grow all the vegetables you want.
I can just grow vegetables.
Yeah. They come up out of the ground, Livingston.
Is that where they get them from?
Yeah, not just from the grocery store. Eric, thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate it. Oh, some random dude. Yes, the freeze-dried coffee. Freeze-dried coffee.
Isn't coffee already dry?
Yes, but beans they're roasted. So over time, they can go rancid. So freeze-dried coffee is, they actually brew it and put it through this high-pressure hose, and it goes through super cold air, and it freezes and falls. And
I'm intrigued
because add water.
As a cosmopolitan person, coffee's a big deal to me.
Yeah. I mean, it might not be a mocha chocolate, but it's coffee.
Where I'm from, there's a Starbucks on every corner.
You get some powdered creamers, and you can jazz up that apocalypse coffee, and it doesn't have to taste so crummy. Rabid Coyote says you can grow your own medicines, too. Absolutely, Rabid Coyote. There's a lot of them out there.
You guys are just making stuff up now. You're losing me. Hey, you got to answer for everything, and this is bugging me. Maybe I'm asking the wrong questions.
Well, just trying to help you along, Livingston, man. Give you a couple answers, This is the 101 class. This isn't the advanced class. This is just dipping your toes into it. Then you get into backpack solar and portable power banks and, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole.
It's been a real eye-opener for me, I got to say, is that I had no idea that you people were anything other than some sort of fringe lunatics.
No, that's not the case, man. That's a label.
Been misrepresented.
That's a label that people put on people. You know, and maybe the preppers really wanted that label so people would leave them the fuck alone.
Is that a thing?
Oh, I'm sure. You know, the porcupine. You got lots of quills. Don't fuck with me.
Just don't touch.
Yeah, that's all.
You know what? I'm really starting to understand. I think
Bugout Adventures. That's very true. Bugout Adventures says water is the heaviest prep. One of them for sure. Absolutely.
If high school serves me right, 8 pounds per gallon.
Yeah, it's heavy stuff, man.
I can barely I can press I can do the 5-pounders. I can do this. I have a soy-based
He's on the
diet.
half a gallon.
It's very soy-based. I love vegetables and seafood. That's my thing. I eat fish. Spam is gross. I don't know how you people do it.
It's good. It's good. Greenleaf says only on the full moon. That's right. That's right.
All right. So I've been waiting all night to hijack the live stream here, Rook. We're gonna get a little negative here. Okay, you've been paying attention, Rook. You know nothing. You know nothing, Rook. Okay? What you need to do is your research, Rook. Okay? You need to get out there, follow respectable influences on the internet. We don't need any of this because at the end of the day, the conspiracy theory, I don't care what they flew the hurricane into and where the space aliens took you up and probed you where, okay? Because it doesn't matter if you ain't got no food to eat, you got no quality medical training, and you don't have any water or a roof over your head, Rook, it doesn't matter, okay? So what you need to do, okay, Rook, look at me. What you need to do is prep up, okay, Rook? Prep up, Rook. The time, as our great friend Vision Preparedness from the fictional land of Ohio says, the time is now, okay, Rook? I've had about enough of listening to you act like some kind of noob at this. Like you don't sit here, like you don't work here on this channel, like you ain't the Livingston man, all right? You're getting on the right side of my brain, and I'm trying to be on your left, Rook. They make you look here, I make you look over there, Rook. Rook, look at me. I'm gonna let it go at that. Prep up, Rook. The time, as our friend Vision Preparedness says from Ohio, is now. You have to prep for this now because when it happens and you're not prepared, there's no rewind button, Rook. I'll leave you with that.
There it was.
Who was that guy?
That was
You got weird
that was
friends.
Malone.
All right,
That was Malone.
now
That was
what-
Malone. He's interesting.
Malone. Who?
Yeah, he's something.
What just happened to the live stream, Mike?
What do you mean? You break it? No.
Who was that guy?
That was him. He said he told me he was him. Ken Corso said it was un-Livingston, man.
Now I'm just creeped out.
Yep. It's true.
Did anybody else even see that? I don't know. Okay, anyway. If you have any...
Jules just says no.
Do you have any last parting shot for our beloved viewers at all? You got
Oh
2
man,
minutes.
listen, guys. Honestly, there's only a handful of days left till Election Day, so it might not be a bad idea to, if you got a big box store, card, and you got some extra cash, stack it up, man. Stack it up. Buy yourself a little, cash money. You get extra money. Spend it at the grocery store.
They want me to think that that's not even where they don't accept it.
It's real. They take it. They have to. But do it, man. Do it. KY Survival thought he got into the peyote. You got to watch out for that stuff. It'll get you.
My money's safe in the bank.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I swiped the
Make
card.
mattresses great again. Mamacita 904. Good to see you, sister. Anti-AT Jack said he just watched all of Butterbeans and Iron Mike's knockouts. Now I'm fully self-defense trained.
I tried. I'm a soldier in Call of Duty. I'm good, bro.
Oh, man. In Dispersion says, finished 16 days of deployment with Grindstone Ministries in Tennessee and North Carolina. Biggest lesson learned is get your comms up. Gordon and Terry saved the community of 86 people with a 5-watt bow fang. That is absolutely fantastic, my friend. Thank you so much for going out and doing the things. We appreciate you. We really, really do.
So now you're telling me these people leave their homes and go help other people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, whenever you can, man. If I could do it, I would leave and go help in a heartbeat.
You guys sound like you're pretty all right, man.
Well, some folks are. Some folks are. But always keep your guard up, and trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, just let it be, man.
I wonder if there's other people like y'all.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
where
everywhere.
I'm around.
The prepping community, especially on YouTube, is humongous. And it's funny because they lump us all together, but they don't lump us all together. They put us in little tiny boxes, and that's where we stay. And the more you search out, the more you'll find. I mean, there's prepping channels that are huge on YouTube, 300,000 subscribers that I've never even heard of before.
I don't like Canadians.
You got to watch out for them. You got to watch out for them. That one guy, he'll... he just wants to sell you everything.
Sour taste.
I don't. I do have the stores and the fronts and the affiliate links and stuff like that. And
He just reminds me of Andrew Tate with
they're
a
there to
bug-out
give
bag.
people discounts.
He's from Doucheland, okay, Rook. Rook, this guy's from Doucheland. He said it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, yeah, that's right. Jules is my favorite Canadian. That's right. And Canadian, he's pretty cool.
I'll make an exception. I'll make 2 exceptions, and that's it. Don't ask for more. I love them 2 Canadians because they're part of your group, and you know what? I feel like I'm a part of it too now.
Man, we welcome people in with open arms.
Can I?
We just want people to learn.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I learned a lot tonight.
I hope so. That was like your 101 crash course. Did you take notes, or are you going to buy the lecture after class, kid?
I'll probably just watch the live stream again. Maybe I'll share it.
That would be really cool. That's how we reach the people that this message really needs to get to.
That's what
you guys. This really wasn't.
I'm going to share this to like
tonight.
my whole friends list. I think people could benefit from what was said.
Absolutely. Start at the basics. And remember, not everything is the same for everybody. You're in your own situation, in your own world, with your own family, and you do what's best for you.
Amazing.
Just saying.
On that note, I'm going to just...
Yeah, folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you being here. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. We will catch you all on the next one.